a few questions for you, Keith. You ready? I got questions for you, Keith.
Okay, this is called Keith's Questions.
I'm interviewing Keith. So, Keith, I've learned a few young people slang words.
Yes.
Because we're old. You're older. I'm old.
Yes. You got that right.
I'm losing touch on some of the slang. I'm not keeping up.
Yeah.
I'm on the TikToks, and I can't keep up with these kids. So I've learned a few urban slang words. You know.
Okay. Hit me with them.
So I just want to know: have you ever heard of the term? I'm going to give you a few. Pocket watching. What do you think that means? To pocket watch.
Pocket watching. Well, maybe
I could use it in a sentence if you like.
Sure.
John is really pocket watching Phil.
Oh, he's keeping an eye on his wallet.
Close. What do you say to me if I buy something dumb?
What do I say to you?
Yeah, or what would you say to me if I told you, hey, Keith, I spent $600 on
You're
stupid.
a moron. You're an idiot.
Yeah. That's called pocket watching. You're watching someone spending their money in which way possible, or like how much money they have.
Okay.
Yeah, pocket watch.
And these are people that you are friends with? These are your family, your
friends? Could be a friend, could be like anybody too. Could be a stranger.
And being judgmental, and you're like, oh yeah, look at them pocket watching.
And it could be spending, or it could just be what's sitting in your like if they're like, oh, like let's say you got a free lunch and you're like, oh man, I had a free lunch, and someone will be like, but you make like $20 million a year. That's pocket watching. You're pocket watching me, you know?
So that's lame. You shouldn't really be pocket watching people. I think it's different. Like if you buy something stupid online and I call you out on it and rip on you for it, I think that's very different than being like, look at this guy got a new car. Like, where'd he get the money for that? You know, is that the kind of, classic pocket watching?
That's a pocket watcher, I think. Yeah.
I thought it had something to do with pocket watches, which I don't know if you've ever had a pocket.
I've had a pocket watch.
You ever rock a pocket watch?
I'm a pocket watch fan. I rocked a pocket watch in middle school.
Yo. Really? I think I did too. I think that's when I rocked mine, because I think that's the only time you can really do a pocket watch, because if it leaves the middle school schoolyard and you're just rocking a pocket watch like in high school, like you're getting beat up. You're getting beat up.
Oh yeah.
And deservedly.
Because we grew up. It's fun. I don't know about you. I grew up in a time where you really couldn't be yourself in middle school.
Oh no, that's the case all time. That's all time. Maybe not now.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, now I feel like they're more accepting, but like there was still kind of like a weirdness there.
I think most kids are pretty cookie cutter these days. I think everyone's coming out about the same.
Yeah.
Kids
they all look like broccoli.
They all want to be influencers. Okay.
Well, think about it. Now it's like an actual job. You know. When we were growing up, that wasn't a job.
Yeah, it's not.
The ceiling was a little.
It is an actual job, but the amount of people who want to do it compared to the people that could do it or get to do it is staggering. It's a staggering ratio of people that aren't. But I mean, I bet you that's even a higher ratio than the people that wanted to go to Hollywood to become an actor, and then ended up just like working in a restaurant.
Well, you had you experienced that. You went to California. You've seen that, right? Like everyone's an actor, right? Or like...
No, that's a myth.
Oh, really?
They're not everyone's an actor. And also it's maybe Hollywood. There's a lot of like people trying to become actors, but yeah, no, I just think that there's a lot of people that think they're going to make it as an influencer.
Yeah, I it's funny too, because I don't get influenced by influencers. I don't know who they're getting. You know what I mean? Like to buy some of the products. Like take like the biggest, most successful influencer, like the Paul brothers, right? Like Jake Paul, Logan Paul. Jake Paul's fighting freaking Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win.
Netflix.
He's gonna win.
Yeah, I think he's gonna beat up a 60-year-old man. I think he's gonna do it. Especially with the rules the way they have it. Apparently they have the rules a little bit favoring him. which is
No
funny.
way.
I think one of the rules about weigh-in, like Mike Tyson has to weigh in, but Jake doesn't. I don't believe because of the terms of the contract. Like he has to be a certain weight at the fight. A few other things too. Somebody in the comments on a video I was watching about that was like, "There's nothing in the contract about ear biting, so Tyson's good."
Oh my god, I hope Tyson bites his ear off. That would be such a
Shamu.
cool throwback.
It would be sick. But I'm watching that, dude. I'm watching Tyson fight him. I'm doing that. But it's funny you mentioned the influencer thing. So right now, you know what's really popping on TikTok?
What's popping?
With the streamers and everything. Have you ever heard of like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, like those big streamers?
Yeah, they seem from the names are familiar. Yeah, I've never watched their stuff really.
I think they're really like famous for. I'm a fan of Kai Cenat. I think he's hilarious. But Aiden Ross owns he has a stake in a giant streaming platform that rivals Twitch called Kick. And Aiden got kicked out of Twitch for like a bunch of terms of service violations. And he had a huge platform. So he took it over to this separate place, started it. And Kick is like, remember old school 4chan? You remember what happened in 4chan? Were you a part of like 4chan at any point? Or
No.
do you have an idea of what a 4chaner is?
You can just explain it. You can explain it because I'm sure people listening might not know.
Full degeneracy. Just full internet degeneracy.
Yeah.
Live streamed.
Okay, yeah.
Like old school internet days where comments. Remember back in the day, different news outlets used to have a comment section that the public could comment in and
They still
say
have
something.
that.
No, a lot of those are mute. A lot of those are taken down and they're like no comments. People can't write stuff because
Okay.
it gets super racist and anti-Semitic.
Because that's what I usually start putting in there. I usually just start, what can I say that's racist? What can I say that's anti-Semitic? What is a way I can have fun?
Yeah.
In the comment section. Because I find people love it. They love that stuff.
And it's so hard to have fun as, you know, a straight white male. It's so hard.
Or
right?
a fun-loving black guy.
On the internet, you can
On
do
the
whatever you
internet,
want.
yeah.
But no, so Kick is like just full degeneracy, and Aiden's kind of like the king of the degens. And
if your avatar is of a black guy, you can do whatever you want on there.
yeah, you can. You just have to keep the voice chat low. But there's no avatar. It's like it's live streaming. It's pretty much this. And then what's funny about it is their biggest thing is like they have a huge gambling deal. So a lot of people are live streaming themselves gambling and losing a ton of money.
Oh man, I love that.
It's so sad.
I want to just see everybody lose their money. That's
now that I've explained the lore.
Why are you pocket watching this guy spending his money gambling?
Well, I wasn't pocket watching. I wasn't judging. I feel like judgment is a part of pocket watching. But so now that I've explained the lore here, Aiden Ross needs to get streamers on the Kick. He wants more streamers to develop the company he has a stake in. So he got a bunch of his friends to move out to Florida. He's like, I'm paying you like $50K a month to stream. And they weren't streaming. So he started calling them out on it because they weren't streaming enough. They had to stream, I think it was 150 hours a month. Like they had to treat it like a job. And he paid for their rent. He gave them a place to stay. He gave them like $10,000 computer setups that are really good for streaming. And they weren't streaming. They weren't doing what they were doing. So he was like, I'm going to charge you guys rent. And I'm kicking you out of your places if you don't pay rent. And you have to stream a certain amount. And it started this huge controversy because once he started saying the numbers like $50K a month to stream, everybody and their mom is like commenting or stitching on the internet being like, I could do that.
Yeah, sure.
I can do that. And there's this one guy named Cuffham, and I have to show you what this guy looks like at one point. He is a young man who was one of the people who weren't streaming, and they are going after him because he went online. He was like, Aiden's not a real friend. He's fake. I was streaming. I didn't do it all the time. I have to support my family. I'm going through stuff. And people were making fun of him, making a ton of videos. And then they started really honing in on his appearance because he's not like, he's an interesting looking fellow.
What's that? Oh, that's why you want to show me a picture.
I want to show you. I want to show you a picture of him.
What's his name? Aiden?
Cuffham.
Cuffham.
Cuffham is who you want to look up.
Okay.
But so he starts saying like, "Oh, all y'all are pocket watching. Why you pocket watching?" He says that to Aiden at one point. He's like, "Why you pocket watching like that?"
Is
And it's just this kid who's clearly like having some mental health issues, who just doesn't want to do what seems to be a very easy job of like turn your camera on and be
is this
entertaining.
Cuffham?
I think that's him. Yeah.
He's got an interesting look.
Yeah, see, you got to see him without glasses. So his Instagram, that's not fair. So you're looking at his Instagram, and those are like good pictures of him. You got to look for like,
okay.
you got to look for him on stream. Like he's not like the guy wore a mask. They bullied him so badly, he put on a mask during some of the live streams because he's live streaming now. But the guy, the memes they're making about him.
Oh,
are
because he
nuts.
looks like this.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
yeah,
really
no,
after him.
he does not look like a good. He does not look like someone you'd want to look at.
That's very diplomatic. Yeah, yeah. He looks
I'm glad he wears a mask.
he started pretending to be like Bane. He's like, I didn't pick the mask, and someone in the comments was like, well, we appreciate the mask.
Yeah, we love the mask.
We really
No
love
wonder
it.
you got big during COVID. Okay, got it.
And what's funny is people are really making fun of him, and it's kind of he's easy to hate because he's kind
Sure.
of leaning into it, and I think he's also wisely leaning into the spotlight because he's getting attention. But that's where I learned pocket watching.
Wow, that's such a cool etymology, man.
Yeah, but no, it's like think about these careers though. They're tough careers. They're not easy. Like 150 hours streaming every month.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to try. I don't know if it'd be very fun to be on camera for 150 hours a month. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's to make the 50K, I think, because if you do 50, I think you meet your minimum requirements.
Minimum?
Minimum? Aluminum?
Aluminum?
Aluminum requirements. Yeah, aluminum requirements.
Yeah.
But I want to hear another slang term.
Yeah, throw one at me. Maybe ask me my opinion. I love that.
Yeah, let's do it. What do you think a crash out is? To crash out, it could be used as a verb too, to crash out.
And these ones you give me, nothing sexual about any of them, right?
Not yet.
Oh, there's gonna be some. Okay, all right. Crash out.
Crash out. Yeah, to crash out.
Well, I'm gonna say it means like you probably got really you drank so many energy drinks that you eventually fell asleep from an overload at your desk while streaming.
That'd be good. That'd
What
be
do you
good.
think about that?
I'll use it in a sentence.
Use
here.
it in a sentence, please.
In a sentence.
Yeah, hit me with a sentence.
This guy's girlfriend broke up with him.
Yeah.
And he crashed out, and that resulted in him having a long prison stay.
That one's vandalizing.
Yeah, that could be an aspect of it.
Yeah. Oh, you like lost it.
Yeah, to lose it. It's like to really lose your shit and
Yeah.
like cause some sort of trouble that results in a very significant and real consequence, most of the time involving the police. So like someone would say like, oh, this guy crashed out. Like he
Yep.
because like you're triggered by something. Usually it all has to be around the same time. Like it has to be like you're triggered by something and then you immediately do something really dumb because of it. Like girlfriend cheats on you or something, or
Yep.
somebody says something. And then you could also be somebody who's just prone to crashing out. So someone who has like a hairpin trigger and you're just like, oh, that guy's a crash out. That guy will crash out. That guy will do something dumb.
What do you think of these terms? Do you think they're stupid?
I think they're interesting. I do think they're
Do you think people are just
stupid.
trying to be cool by coming up with cool new terms that mean things we already have words for? They're just like, we have to come up with a new word that's our word, and it's not even necessary. Who do these people think they are? They're like, oh, I'm just going to make up phrases, and then people are going to worship me, and all I do is just sit on the internet, and I'm either so ugly everyone wants to look at me, or I'm so attractive that people want to look at me, you know?
I'm sure the same people. I'm sure someone said the same thing about Shakespeare.
No one has said that about my man Bill.
I don't know, man.
Everyone-
Bill
yeah, no,
uses a lot of useless words.
Exactly.
He created a lot
They
of the
did,
dictionary.
and
He
people
made them up.
did hate on him, but there was a need for it back then.
Yeah. So there's no need to advance language, include more words, more phrases, more.
I mean,
turns
crash
of-
out. You could just say lost it.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have that sprinkle, sprinkle. You know.
No, it does.
Also, crash out can become an attribute of somebody. That person's a crash out. You know, that person is a crash out. They can be that thing. You know, somebody, and I can envision crash outs. There are people in my life that I could go, oh, that person was a crash out. That guy was always going to do something crazy to ruin his life. He was always that person. I don't think I could call somebody a lose it. You know, maybe like a loose cannon. Like, maybe that's something, but then that's more towards somebody who takes risks.
No, I'm just, you know what?
Like, what would you call somebody who's prone to losing it? Like, what would you call them? Like, what word is there that you could use?
I would say if they were prone to losing it. So who's a person example of that? A spaz.
Spaz gives me a different type of feeling, though. Like, a spaz doesn't necessarily mean they'll go to prison. Or, like, it's a little spazzy. A spaz to me is almost adorable. Like, I'd be like, oh, it's a little spaz.
Nut job.
Nut jobs? There are plenty of nut jobs in northern Maine, man. They're
Foot
living...
job.
Foot job.
No.
Do you like feet?
Hate them.
Yeah.
Wish I didn't have them.
I don't get that fetish. The
Yeah.
foot fetish. I don't get that.
I wasn't talking about that. Yeah, no, those are my man Quentin. That's cool, man. I'm so happy for
Quentin has a foot fetish?
this. Is like the oldest news of all time. Tarantino.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Quentin Tarantino.
Oldest. That's the oldest news of all day.
I remember when I learned that. I think I learned it in college.
And then you tried to
And
get
then
it,
I
and you were like
rewatched
me.
movies.
No, you were like me. You're like, all right, I'll try to get into feet. I'll try.
How do you try to get into
You just,
feet?
you look at shoes a lot, or you buy a lot of extra pairs of socks. You know, you're gonna try it on. You want to try something new.
I never knew you could try a fetish.
Oh, you try it out, babe. You gotta try it out.
If I like it. No, but then you watch some of his movies. Like, I watched
You didn't
something
watch
Brown.
anything. Jackie Brown?
Jackie Brown. I watched Jackie Brown recently.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's a classic. Samuel L. Jackson plays probably one of my favorite villains in that movie. But then, like, there are multiple feet scenes. You're like, oh, geez.
You're
Quentin.
like, oh boy, Quentin.
Quentin.
Oh man,
Come
Quentin. How dare you, girl?
Like that scene where she put, like, the white female lead character, like, puts her feet up on the dash, and it's like you just see the little piggies.
That's every movie.
It's like 4 seconds of piggies.
There's a feet on the dash movie scene in every film he does. That's fine.
Well, there's the one where he put himself as a character from Dusk Till Dawn, and he literally, where he was a character in Pulp Fiction, but he wasn't sucking anybody's toes.
True.
Selma Hayek's toes. He had, like, liquor go down or water go down freaking Selma Hayek's toes.
That's
like that.
That's, you know what?
You know there was a stunt double there.
A stunt? You think there was a stunt foot?
I think there had to be a stunt
Selma
foot.
had a stunt foot?
Who would let Quentin Tarantino's, like, especially when
I don't know.
Selma Hayek?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Was that when she was Selma Hayek though? I don't think
She's
was
still Selma Hayek. Have you seen recent photos of her?
I'm talking about fame wise. I'm not talking about attractiveness I'm saying, was she really famous back then? I don't think she was like the fame
Selma
level
Hayek.
that she was. I think she's like an A-lister. She was not an A-lister in that movie.
I don't know.
Tell us in the comments. Was Selma Hayek an A-lister?
Selma Hayek surviving Tarantino is probably going to be a thing one day, but
I heard a really definitely fake rumor going around. I don't know if you heard this one, that Shane Gillis might be the star of the next Quentin Tarantino movie, and nobody's denying it, which is crazy. So, like, they're either just letting it hang out to build more buzz for the movie, or...
That's wild, because I think he's making his last movie, right?
Yes.
Because he only wants to make, I think, 12 to 13?
10. He's making 10 movies.
10 movies.
And he's counting Kill Bill 1 and 2 is one movie
Oh, that's not.
because it's one story. But yeah,
It's a great movie.
he said he's only going to do 10, and then he's also saying he's going to do a TV show.
Outside of the Hateful Eight, man, that guy had banger after banger.
I thought Hateful Eight was pretty good too. I think he pretty much everything was good. The one I didn't really ever watch was the one where he really tried to make it like one of those. He made it look crappy on purpose. It was the it had Kurt Russell in it, and I can't think of it. I'm stupid, but it was a double feature. It was his movie, and then it was
Maybe I haven't watched that one.
Robert Rodriguez was directing the other one. It was like a double feature. They'd show them back to back in the movie theater. It's just a.
What's the plot?
It's like death something. It's about a car.
Oh.
But that one he purposely made it into Death Proof, I think. Yeah, Death Proof was the name of the movie.
Oh.
And it was about a body double who likes to take unsuspecting women for deadly drives in his free time.
Mm.
But he makes the movie look crappy. Because he shot it on film, and then he like literally would scratched the film and stuff to give it a certain old effect to make it,
I know the
look
effect
like
he's
an
going for.
old movie, like actually to put the scratches on the film and everything.
It's funny. I missed that one.
I know it was
I'm a big
it was his
Django
only
fan.
bomb. I think it was his only real box office bomb.
I think Hateful Eight was not loved that much.
I don't know. I'll just that one didn't do well in the movie theater.
But no, I gotta say, Django, so good.
Yeah, I saw that one in the theater. I saw pretty much all the. I saw them all.
Reservoir Dogs, classic.
I basically went to every Tarantino movie in the theater since Kill Bill.
I remember the first time I watched Pulp Fiction, and I'd never knew about Pulp Fiction, so that scene with
The injection?
Zed and yeah, that scene messed me up.
Which is also kind of an injection scene in a way. If you think about it.
That's a man's butt you're talking about, Keith.
Yes.
Don't be talking about the man's butt. You want another one?
You can hit me with another question.
Friendly fade.
Friendly fade?
A friendly fade. You've been to California. You should know what a fade is. Have you heard of a fade?
A friendly fade? I mean, is it like a haircut?
A fade is a haircut, but this is different.
Like maybe you're slightly baked.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are gonna have a friendly fade.
Oh, like a fake fight?
It's more of like a fight where nobody's gonna be like mean to each other afterwards. Just like we're fighting for fun.
Oh, okay.
It's a friendly fade.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got?
Yeah, it's not a great one. What do you think? What do you think a bop is?
A bop?
A bop.
Maybe it's like a ball that is used for throwing at someone's head. I don't know.
It does involve head sometimes, if you're lucky.
Okay.
It's a term for a promiscuous woman.
A bop?
A bop.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
All you bops out there.
We love you. Appreciate your work.
Mo likes your work.
Great work.
Great work. Great job.
That's all I got for you, buddy.
Nice. All right, well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it's been fun.
No, that was good. I don't, like I said, I mean, guess the slang, This is the thing, is like, I've noticed lately, on social media, I'm seeing some of my friends, a couple of my friends are turning 40. Okay.
I'm sorry.
And I'm seeing these birthday cakes, and it's got the 4 and the 0 next to it. And I'm like, holy tits. That does look quite different. In there's no 2 in front of it. And there's no 3. It's a 4. That's when the 4. It's big. It looks bigger. Looks bigger. And it's kind of like, wow, that's over the hump a lot of the time. You know, it's about halfway. Boom.
Dude, you could do it like the Koreans, though, and you could say your first birthday was really your 0th birthday, you know, and you'd be 41.
I'm not going to turn 40 for a couple years, but just kidding, like 1 year.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to turn 30 next year.
Yeah, and 30 was weird too. It's a little bit weird. But it's fine, and I mean
25 was hard for me.
Everybody, like, it's just that when you dip your toe in, it's a little cold.
Yeah.
But then once you're in, this is all right. It's like getting into a pool. It's just a little bit scary, a little bit cold at first, but then you're in and you're like, oh, this is fine. This is fine, baby.
Jeez.
Don't overthink it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to not overthink it.
I'm definitely going to have fun. You know, in the end of the day, it's just a number. It's just a number.
No, it is. It is. And like I've been seeing these, I like to comment on things online. I like to comment sometimes on a Guitar World post here and there. There was this clip going around of an 11-year-old kid playing guitar at like a high school, or not high school, but like a middle school talent show, or I assume something.
Was he shredding?
He was kind of like shredding a little bit, and it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. But like, people are losing their minds. This guy's getting millions of views, and I just made a joke comment. I was like, this is really cool. I was like, too bad I can't post my video because I'm 38 and nobody cares anymore. No one cares. And then you get the people that are like, hey man, you know, it's just a number. You should go and post your clips, man. People probably love to see them. And I'm just like, now you're making me feel like I wasn't joking. Like you're making me feel like
when the joke gets when people start feeling bad for you, that's the worst. I don't know. I've tried material sometimes where I'm talking about aspects of like my childhood and people start being like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're just like, ugh. That's not what I was looking for.
Yeah, you don't want pity from people.
The last thing you want.
And that's the thing too with internet comments, like there's no inflection. The most you can do is capitalize a word here or there, or all the words, to send some kind of inflection. But,
yeah.
So it's really hard for your funny comment to come off as funny unless you're delivering it. It's all about delivery.
Technically,
folks.
you could put it like commas, or not commas, but
load it up with commas. Load it up.
Put it up in like you could put it up with like quotations, because that's supposed to indicate like sarcasm,
sadness. What's the one for sadness?
It's the one for sadness.
What's the one where please write the sad? Oh, you're okay. It's okay to get old. You're gonna be cool with your guitar and your balding gray hair. You're very awesome. You know.
Yeah. I also, when you post videos too, and like you get a video with a lot of comments or something, you really notice people are really stupid. Or even if you watch a video like where like there's a lot of like you're like majority of people are really, there are a lot of stupid people out there.
Oh, for sure.
Like really like rock bottom stupid. And this isn't like
everything goes over everybody's head.
This isn't a giant revelation, but like go into the comment of a video that you get like something with good sarcasm or something, and read the comments, and there's always going to be a majority of people who are like, well, that wasn't nice. Or that's stupid.
I don't think you can be funny without being smart. I think everyone who's pretty funny is mostly smart.
I think it's the difference between laugh at me and laugh with me. Because you can laugh at someone who's stupid.
Sure, absolutely.
Because we laugh at stupidity all the time.
Yeah.
But the laugh with me, like Shane Gillis, like really gets you to laugh with him.
Yeah, but he's smart though.
You can tell there's something behind that, but like
I think anyone doing
that's what I meant too. That he
stand
is
up on another level
because he laughs with you.
Sure,
you're laughing with Shane Gillis, but versus like there are people who say dumb things. Like I think, honestly, Trump says some hilarious stuff, and I think he's really stupid. I think his mind's gone. You know what I mean? Or like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think, is certifiably retarded.
She says some funny stuff.
She says some hilarious stuff.
What does she say? That's so funny.
Oh my god! Just during the State of the Union.
Oh, she's
hilarious.
She's wearing the hat.
Interrupted
That's so cool.
like, Trump. Yeah. Oh, not Trump. But she interrupted Biden. Like
she's a cool lady.
She's funny. I don't think I would drink with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh yeah.
I would ask her if it's an act.
If I was a sober person, and Marjorie Taylor Greene was like, "Let's drink," I'd be like, "Yeah, falling off that wagon."
Dude, I would have a beer with her.
Marge, let's go.
Not Matt Gaetz.
But like, dude, I would have Matt. Matt Gaetz.
He'd be like, "You want to hang out with some 15-year-old
Do you want to
girls
hang?
with me?
Do you want to give out some scholarships? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm gonna go give out some scholarships at a hotel.
Yeah, at a hotel on the 3rd floor. Look for the sock on the door.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Don't come a knocking if the boats are rocking.
Yeah, I get it. Heckling the president. You got to do it.
Heckle has happened a few times with her.
Love a good heckle. Love a good presidential heckle.
I love when I was watching the State of the Union. My favorite thing was to watch the House Speaker's face, just like he's just having the biggest like he's broke. He doesn't make a lot of money. People make fun of him about that.
I think none of them should make money. I think you should do it because you love your country. You shouldn't.
Well, a lot of them are independently wealthy. They're not making money out of the role. If he was making money out of the role, he would be.
But they do, and that's the thing. Is like I think a true leader should be someone that isn't wealthy at all and has no money, and they lead the whatever they're doing for no gain whatsoever. They get the joy of knowing that they've made a difference in the world. That's the ultimate payment. But instead, they're all very rich and they're all having a great time and they really earned it and they got their stock options and they're having fun.
If you were rich before, or like you made a decent amount of money before,
yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Really?
With you becoming a politician.
No, because
what I'm not okay with is like Nancy Pelosi, who her family made a ton of money with her power, and the fact that there are people who follow her stock picks and make a ton of money off of that. It's just like that stuff, or like the fact that there have been numerous like congressmen and women that have been caught making specific moves because of their committee assignments. But
no, I think there should be absolutely no money in politics. I think if you really want to have a non-corrupt system, you get money out of it. That's the only way to do it.
I think if you're going to take money out of it, I want money to be put into some of our other agencies, because that's the problem. There's just like people who are really talented go to the private sector because you make money in the private sector. But like if we can get more talented, smart people in the public sector, we're going to have improvements. If we have, because there are some CEOs out there and some executives who are really good decision makers, who are really smart. And if they put those energies towards like the programs that we have, we could have some really great change.
I just think if you get into power politically, you should surrender all wealth, and I think you should just live. You should just live
off the land.
Live off the land in a tent. Yeah. I mean, you can have guards. Obviously, you're gonna need guards to protect you.
I also think they should be younger. Should be younger, way younger.
I think 40.
I think you should.
40's a good age because you've seen.
Yeah.
You're halfway through. You've seen all the young stuff. You kind of know the vibe, what's going on, and then the old, the old stuff. It's like, all right.
I almost think take away an age limit. I think make there be like 18 or above, and then
come on, man.
And then like you can't be president if you're 70 70 years old or plus. Like, just like it's
Really?
just,
I don't think you should be president past, like, if you're past your second
let's say
term
past the
can't
retirement
start.
age.
Yeah, your second term shouldn't be able to start any later than 61.
But no, because
Basically, meaning you can only run for president if you're 52 or younger.
well, running for president's really hard, right? It's not easy.
I don't
so
know.
an 18-year-old can't do it,
Right.
as they establish themselves, right? You're really not going to be able to do it until you're about 25, maybe financially you
I
can
know
get to a point where you
Mr.
could
Beast he
run
can do it.
Mr. Beast can do it, but how many Mr. Beasts are there?
Well, there's only one.
Also, it's about fundraising too. Like I think if you go younger, and that's like any political office you can run for, because I think there's an age limit to be a senator too, and let the market decide. Let people vote on people who.
And also, Jimmy Donaldson, get selling that chocolate. You're gonna need that money to run for prez.
Saying, man, I think there are some really young, like the folks that won out in Tennessee in the local elections. Those two dudes. One of them went to Bowdoin Bowdoin College.
Snappy.
Snappy McGee.
Yeah.
Snappy McGee is
Bowdoin.
awesome.
Irish.
Yeah. Irish
Full
black.
blood.
Who the fuck
Black
was-
full blood.
Yeah, with an afro.
With
Yeah,
a fro.
Black Irish.
That's cool.
Which me and Courtney, if we ever have a kid, would be the Black Irish though. Be weird. It'd be a weird sitch.
You got a cold hand.
I am cold
Why is your hand so cold?
because you're a bad host.
You got a heater right on you, buddy.
It's heating your MacBook.
No, it's not. It's heating
Touch your MacBook. Touch your MacBook. Touch my hand.
That's pretty warm.
Yeah.
Why you got such a cold hand? What, you keep an ice pack in your pocket? What do you got? Sore fingers? What do you got? Weird joints?
I do have weird joints.
You got bad joints?
I got bad joints. Got to hold up a lot of weight, man. It's bad joints, you know.
Dude, yeah. How's that? Have I had to gain any weight lately?
I don't think I've lost any weight.
Fudge.
I have been walking more. I walk my dog a lot.
Nice.
You know what's funny? People talk to me more now that I have a little puppy walking around.
Yeah.
And it's
Do
a
you
little
like that or
awkward.
no? Not. Like
I hate
that.
it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Because like I just want to get. I want to get the walk done. I know the puppy needs it. I love my puppy,
Yeah.
and she needs to get her walk in.
What I
And I'm
used
giving her walk, and people keep interrupting. They're like, "Oh, you're so cute, baby, so cute," and they don't talk to me. They don't ask my name. They don't. They just say, "What a cute puppy! Can I pet her?"
Right, and I used to love. I had a dog, my last dog. She was a great dog, and I'd be walking her, and it would be like a family, like, "Oh, can we pet your dog?" And I'd be like, "Sorry, my dog is very unfriendly to children." And then we just keep walking, and it was pretty great. Hated kids. This dog hated kids. Like, just growl at them, flip out at kids.
I wonder why. Why specifically kids?
I know, because like me and Amy are small people. You'd think that she'd like other small
She'd
people,
adapt, right? Yeah.
but nope. Just didn't like the small kids. Which, you know what? It's all good. You know.
Yoshi's confused by children. I think they
Yeah.
confuse her a lot because everyone in the house is really tall except for Courtney, and it's like
Everyone in the house is really tall except for Courtney.
I live with my sister moved in. My brother has lived with us, so we're all above 6 feet.
Your sister and your brother live there?
Yeah. My brother moved in with us originally. He was a part of the plan, and my sister needed a place to stay, so she's with us temporarily.
Wow.
It's a huge house, 5-bedroom house.
Holy moly. Get most of the family in there.
It's weird, yeah. But hey, they needed a place to stay, and it is a huge house.
I would've
have
made-
an office too. So.
You know what? I think I would make my family stay in the shed. You got a shed?
It's not my shed. I don't own the property.
Yeah,
but there's a shed.
Okay, well there you
There's a
go.
shed.
Be like,
there's also
hey,
a basement.
bro and sis, I could make you some bunk beds. Put them in the shed. The old shed bed.
They pay. Well, one of them pays rent.
Oh,
I
there
my
we go.
sister, I gave my sister a break, but
Nice.
that's she's figuring stuff out.
No, just make her pay rent. Make her.
I don't know, just for 1 month.
All right.
Right.
Make her
Why are you
stay in the
pocket watching?
shed. I'm not.
You're pocket watching.
No, I'm not.
You're rent watching.
Maybe rent watching's a different term.
No, this is all recent too. She needed a place to stay for a little bit, so
You didn't want to say, all right, go down to.
she makes good food too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she makes great food.
So she's your cook. It's like having a cook.
You know, sometimes, yeah, it is. And it's also nice to have other people
Does she
like watch
clean?
the Yoshi.
Does she clean?
Yeah, my sister's cool.
She cleans and cooks?
My sister's the best. She helped me move out of one of my old apartments a while back, too, last minute. She's the best. She helped me clean, get my security deposit back.
What other things can she do?
Are you trying to hire my sister, or what are you trying to...
Just trying to make conversation.
It's a little weird here. It's my baby sister.
This is what I was going to get to, was how... I was just going to see when Mo would be like, all right, I can't talk about my family anymore.
Yeah, I'm a pretty open book, man.
All right.
How's your sister doing?
She's good. She's having a kid.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
She's having her second kid.
Her second kid. I was going to ask if you were... So you're uncling it up hard, huh?
Yep. They're due in June.
Wow. Are you guys going to go visit during the birth, or are you coming after?
We're going to be in the room when she's giving birth.
Really?
Nope. That'd be crazy.
Oh, that's how my family does it.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Oh my God. When my brother Khalid was being born, everybody, almost as many people as possible who could fit into that room came.
Really?
Oh yeah. And then afterwards they would bring food. Yeah, my aunts were there.
In the room while the baby was coming out?
Well, you have to stay there for a little bit depending on the situation, right? My mom had to stay a little longer because she had diabetes, and she has diabetes, so they have to stay a little longer afterwards. So people made homemade food for her to recover. But yeah, a ton of people wanted to meet the new baby. I'm getting flack for missing a bunch of babies that my cousins gave birth to out in Boston. I just usually visit when they're a little older, but
yeah, no, we'll go visit probably a week after the baby's born. I imagine probably a week afterwards.
I had to chauffeur my cousin around when his first son was born in Maine because the wife got into labor in Maine when they were visiting his family side.
Wow.
It was,
yeah, being the dad of a baby that's being born is pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting experience because you don't matter at all. It's a really fun time when they're like, hey, none of this is about you. In fact, to such a degree, it's kind of like, we hate you. We kind of wish you weren't here, but we know that you have to be. And they're kind of mad about it. I remember I had to ask for water. I was like, can I have some water, please? I'm getting a bit thirsty over here. And I had a friend who was like, bring a sleeping bag. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, wow, geez, sure glad I brought a sleeping bag to this hospital, because like they don't really do anything for the dad. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
well, really, as it should be, right? Don't they have those big beds? Not those big beds, those big chairs that you can like lay down on?
I don't know. All I know is the room that we were in was not ideal. And then eventually they were trying to induce labor.
Oh.
And eventually it just wasn't working, so they went with a C-section.
Mm.
And that was crazy, because they're like, wait, you had to wait like for...
Because it's surgery.
Well, yeah, so we decided on the C-section at like probably 9 a.m. on the after the second day of trying to induce. And then the C-section didn't end up happening until around 10 or 11 at night.
Yeah.
It was supposed to happen around 5, and it kept getting pushed back. And we were in our little room with another woman that was waiting to have a C-section too. We're sharing a room because they're like, well, you're not having your baby, so we're just going to put you into this room.
Were you talking and everything, or?
Oh, we were talking. Yeah. I was on Discord doing a Discord chat.
Are you serious with friends and family?
Yeah.
And stuff?
We were having fun. We were making jokes, cracking jokes.
That must be nice to kind of keep the edge off with Amy. I'm sure Amy was stressing out. That's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's also, I would be scared to be in that position, because you said we decided to get a C-section, and
I guess
I don't know, being in a relationship now, I'm starting to get used to like contributing to like decisions or whatever, and it's like I would be just knowing me, I'd be like, it's your call, whatever you decide.
Well,
and
no,
then she'd get frustrated with me being like, you need to help with this, and you need to tell me what you
that's
think.
what it is.
And that's hard.
She really didn't want to have one. She didn't want to have one because she really felt like she was like failing. Like she felt like she was a failure because she couldn't have the baby naturally. She was like it really broke her, you know? But that's why I was like, what are you talking about? Just do this, you know?
Did she try to go no drug? Let me know if I'm getting too personal.
No, there's no personal. It's fine.
But because I've heard some women have tried that, and that's like scary.
My mom did it without drugs. That was like the fad. There was like a big no drug fad in the 80s.
So
but for C-section, they obviously have to give you drugs.
Oh, yeah, it's surgery.
It's crazy surgery.
Yeah.
They like cut you wide open and they put your guts into a bowl or something. Like I mean, it's insane what they do. And they put like a curtain up. You don't see any of it, obviously. But I did catch a couple of glimpses where I was like, whoa, I don't think I was supposed to see that huge cup of blood.
Were you holding her hand or something and just like next to her? Or were you...
That was after Hazel was born.
Oh.
So we definitely, I kind of caught a glimpse out the corner of my eye and I was like, I don't think I was supposed to see that, but it's fine. I cut the cord too. I got to do that. Because that was the other thing is like, I was like, I don't want to cut the cord. But then I was like, you don't want to be a pussy. You got to cut the cord like a man.
The least you could do is cut the cord at that point.
And I did. I cut the cord.
It's, yeah, that's, it's wild, man.
And then she like, I think she shat immediately.
The baby? Or,
oh, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
good that works. You know?
Was cool. It's very tarry. It's like a black tar.
Ew.
Yeah,
wow.
the first one.
Is that a part of the whole diet or whatever? Or?
There's no diet, you know. It's just like that's the first poop that comes out of the baby. It's real gnarly looking. There's no smell though.
It was weird too. My brother's umbilical cord. I remember it being like that far or whatever, and like it falling off naturally is a weird.
Yep, that's how it goes. It just crisps off one day. Just crisps away.
Jeez. To believe people like at the end of all of that go, I want to eat the placenta is the wildest thing in the world. Yeah. I don't not to yuck anybody's yum out there.
Oh, yuck away. This is our podcast.
That's cannibalism, bro. That is so weird. It's really good.
I don't think it is cannibalism, right?
Well, maybe it's not cannibalism if the woman eats it, but if like somebody else eats it or they sell it. There are people who sell that. You can buy placenta, man.
What is it, like a guy with a ring, like one of those trench coats? He's like, I got
the centas.
I got one of these for you. I got like a
fresh,
some of this Senta.
A little bit of Senta.
A little bit of Senta for you. What are you buying? What are you selling? You know, something like that. Did that make you want to have kids more or less?
Yeah. I have an ethical issue with having kids, but just because I don't know what the world's going to be like, but then to be fair, who knows? You know, whoever knows what the world's going to be like, but, you know, knowing that climate change is getting worse politically, we're getting more and more unstable, just kind of bringing a kid into the world and being like, I'm not 100% sure there's going to be another, 50 to 70 years left, for you. I'm not 100% sure you're going to be able to have you're going to get to old age comfortably.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you find a way,
Yeah.
Didn't your family find a way?
They found a way, but they found a way bailing to like another country. You know,
that's what
I'm the result of a bailing. Somebody who decided they couldn't live in the, it wasn't possible to have a meaningful life there.
Here's a question: were you a refugee or an immigrant?
Technically a refugee.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we fled the war. I was born in a refugee camp, but I don't remember a lot of it, so young. What I do vividly remember is going back to Somalia, and I've talked a little bit about that story. I went back, I think this might have been just before the a war with Ethiopia, 2023, 2024. It's like wild, dude. Seeing like gunmen like going through like checks where like I think I've told the story of the old lady haggling with a gunman to go to like the next checkpoint or through a checkpoint in the city, because like all the gang members would make checkpoints in different parts of the city, and you have to pay them X amount of money. But people in Somalia obviously are poor, so they're haggling with the person with the AR 47, AR
AK
whatever,
47.
AK 47 or whatever. And I remember this old lady is screaming in the back, like, "That's too much money! I'll give you 10." And the guy's like, "Ha ha ha! No, I'm gonna give you. You have to pay 500, or I'll kill you. No, 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 no. I'll pay like 20. We did 20 yesterday. Abdi does 20. Let me go through 20." And the guy's like, "Okay, we'll settle at 30. Can you do 30?" And she's like, "I'm not happy with 30. I can be your mother." And he's like, "Well, it's 35 now." And she's like, okay, 30.
Wow.
And she gets through. But like, that was the wildest thing. Like a grandma arguing with a guy who maybe was honestly probably 16 with a giant gun.
Wow.
With a giant gun.
Yeah, I think I think I've seen video of like that before. Like those kids, the kid soldiers.
Yeah. Well, they're not soldiers. These are gangsters. I think back in the day they were Morian, which is like that's the version of a gangster back then. But now it's like more so. There are some areas where it's like Islamic fundamentalists. There's some areas that are being developed. Different parts of the country are seeking independence, like the Somalilanders, and like, it's much different. It's not the same Somalia I saw before. It's a totally different type of country now. But like, it was a weird experience. But you're right. Like my mom and dad had kids, having no idea how the world was going to be. And maybe that's a big sign of having hope. Is, if you're a hopeful person, that's not a problem.
Yeah, you just kind of got to take it day by day.
I also think there's like, I was watching a video. I was actually watching Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson was getting
Tucker Carlson. Everything he says is pretty much on point.
Don't know about that one. But he was being interviewed.
You're supposed to say yes. It's a yes and situation.
Nah, but sometimes you have to have principles.
I think our listeners know we're kidding about things sometimes. I think you gotta.
I think our listeners are dumb. I think I already said that.
Wow, guys!
Most people who watch and comment are dumb.
You're dumb.
But
newsflash:
Tucker Carlson was being interviewed, and he had said, he was asked a question: "What do you think young people should know? What do you think young people should know for their future to succeed?" And
don't vape.
First thing Tucker Carlson said was, "Have children." He's like, "Have children."
Yeah, have kids.
He's like, "You need to have kids." And
should have kids.
He's like, "Why?" He's like, "You should have kids young, and you should have a lot of them." And the guy was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because it will motivate you like nothing else in the world."
It does motivate you.
Which is funny because I don't trust that guy, but I'm like, that sounds like good advice.
Yo, when I had a kid, like 4 months into having a kid, I got a job. I was making way more money. And I had the same job for like 10 years. And I was like, fine, comfortable, whatever. When then you have another mouth to feed, it's just like, oh, I got to like step it up. I got to start figuring out my finances. Like I got to make even more money. Then it and it does motivate you to do better. And obviously some people have, they don't have the they can't get motivated. So
yeah, and I would assume like for me,
I didn't do it to get motivated. It just was a circumstance of having it happen.
I don't know. A lot of life for me, like it was really hard growing up. So when I finally, quote unquote, made it, like I had to like pretty much help raise my brothers and sisters. I worked at a like early age. I contributed to the house. I was the only income in the household portions of high school. And I remember when my mom was all settled and everything, my dad came to the country. I like checked out and I was like, I'm going to focus on me. And I kind of gamified life. And I feel like I'm still kind of there now where I'm just kind of like, just having fun. And if I have a kid, I just feel like things are just going to get super serious really quickly.
All I got to say about that is,
Fuck yeah!
It's going to get super serious, you know? I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
start giving up things, like no more gaming.
yeah,
I'll be just like,
yeah, you'll see
I'll
gaming.
have to lock in, dude.
Gaming's weird after having a kid. You can't feel good about it. You never feel any moment that you're gaming and your kid is awake, you're just like, I'm a piece of shit.
Oh, I would never game if my kid was. If I had a kid and they're awake, I wouldn't get, because I know you got to build those memories up with them.
Right.
You got to have time with them. I also
Right.
feel like I would be obsessed with them. Like I would like really just want to spend.
No.
My concern too is like, I already have a habit in my real world job of working really late and really obsessing over work, and even with my hobbies, like really kind of going late. That I'm just like, you know, I'm really worried if I ever become a parent, I'd be so worried about providing that I would give up on a lot of my dreams and maybe resent the kid. You know, that's like kind of something that comes through my head of like,
Yeah.
would I resent my child?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
I think, you know, that's why you have kids. So you got to have something else to resent.
Just replace my dad with my kids.
Yeah, it's just upgrading what you resent. It's like resentment 2.0.
I don't think I could. I wouldn't resent. I feel like I would fight resenting my kids because
No,
I know
you
my
won't.
mom resented some of us growing up. And I know how that feels, being resented. But being on the other end of that is something different.
No, I don't think. And I think having one kid is way more manageable for me.
Oh my God. It'd be one and done for me.
We think about, I mean, when you have one, it's weird. Like almost immediately you're like, I want another one.
Instantly.
It kicks in. It's pretty quick where you're just like, I could have another kid.
Well, I think the guilt too would be like, they need a sibling.
They need a sibling. They need...
Like,
No, because there's plenty of kids in the neighborhood for them to hang out with. And then they also get to have their own stuff.
yeah.
You get to have a little space, you know?
I think having siblings for me only made me like, I don't know, just because of my relationship with them, it was just I wasn't happy. I resented them a little bit, like,
No.
but I think what sucks too is like when the younger one, like it's both sides. The younger one would resent the older one because they're getting the hand-me-downs because you can't just keep buying new shit for everybody. And the older one's going to resent the other one for attention. But I think in the end of the day, kids need to make friends with other kids, different people. So
Yeah.
I feel like the argument to say you need a sibling for somebody else for them to hang out with
You
is kind
don't.
of dumb.
People adapt. They just adapt to their situation when like, because they just don't know any other way.
And they'll have cousins.
They've got cousins.
Cousins
You
to hang
know,
out.
cousins. You got neighbors, friends.
Where are you and Amy on the whole sleepover debate? That's an internet debate that's happening a lot.
I don't know what's the debate.
There's a debate over the statistics of a child being inappropriately touched at a sleepover. So someone saying, as a parent, I would never let my kids go to a sleepover because of the risks. Because you're more likely statistically to be in that
heard that.
situation.
If
If you stay
I
at
think
strangers' houses, or not strangers, but like even close family members' houses.
I don't know. I don't really. I'm not worried about it. I don't think I would let my kid sleep over at a house that I've even would think that something could happen at. So
I think more so it's the statistics of it. Like this one guy, there's this attorney YouTuber. I kind of like him. I like his stuff he posts. He's an injury attorney. He's very funny. He posted a video about that, and he was like, yeah, I'm one of those parents. He was at a dinner party. Somebody was like, man, there's some really wild parents out there who won't let their kids go to sleepovers. And he was like, yeah, I'm one of them. He's like, my kid had a sleepover. I dropped them off to do all the normal stuff little girls do. And then at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whenever, when it was time for them to go to bed, I asked the parents to just leave my kid downstairs. I picked them up, took it back home. They slept at home. and I drove them back early in the morning. It was like they didn't miss anything. They just missed the sleeping part. And I was thinking about it from his perspective, and I'm like, he's really thinking he's a great dad, and that probably made him feel more comfortable. But like from the kids' perspective, like having had sleepovers, having stayed at like stay away camps and all that stuff, man, that's the fun part. It's like,
Or what if worse? What if that guy was picking up his kid so that he could molest them?
I don't think he was doing that.
And this has been Mokeef time. Thank you. Good night.